In 2026, the entertainment landscape is witnessing a box office phenomenon unlike anything seen in recent cinematic history. At the absolute center of this epicenter stands one man, Tom Holland. While most Hollywood actors consider themselves fortunate to anchor a single blockbuster, every few years, 2026 has transformed into Holland's personal victory lap. Headlines across the globe are hailing this period as the loudest, most lucrative month of his career, with two massive global tentpoles set to release back-to-back. Christopher Nolan's epic historical drama, The Odyssey, and Marvel's highly anticipated Spider-Man, Brand New Day. Holland is not merely participating in cinema. He is driving the entire global box office. As of 2026, financial reports and industry analysts estimate Tom Holland's net worth at a towering $25 million. But to truly understand that figure, you have to look beyond the surface number. Unlike veteran action stars who spent decades accumulating assets, Holland built a multi-million-dollar empire in less than 10 years. His financial trajectory represents one of the most strategic wealth escalations in modern superhero cinema. Backed by lucrative back-end box office profit participation deals, brand endorsements, real estate holdings, and production royalties, Holland's financial empire in 2026 places him among the most commercially bankable actors of his generation under 30. To appreciate Holland's financial milestone in 2026, one must examine where it all started. When Marvel Studios first cast him as Peter Parker in Captain America: Civil War. Back in 2016, his base salary was a modest $250,000. A year later, for Spider-Man: Homecoming, his base pay doubled to $500,000, eventually scaling up with performance bonuses as the movie generated over $80 million worldwide. By 2019's Far From Home, his compensation climbed to roughly $4 million. Fast forward to Spider-Man: No Way Home and his non-Marvel projects like Uncharted, where his asking price surged past $10 million. Today, in 2026, reports indicate Holland's upfront salary for a single headline project easily commands between $15 million to $20 million, supplemented by box office percentage cuts. What makes 2026 uniquely profitable for Tom Holland is his sheer versatility across genres and studio budgets. In Christopher Nolan's IMAX masterpiece, The Odyssey, Holland stars alongside an all-star cast including Matt Damon, Zendaya, and Anne Hathaway. Playing Telemachus, he showcases dramatic depth in a prestige epic that draws millions of moviegoers to theaters worldwide. Simultaneously, he steps back into the iconic red and blue suit for Spider-Man: Brand New Day, delivering a grounded, street-level chapter of Peter Parker's journey. This dual presence proves that Holland is no longer just a franchise superhero actor. He is an elite box office draw, capable of leading both auteur epics and billion-dollar superhero blockbusters. You cannot discuss Tom Holland's wealth and global clout in 2026 without mentioning his status as one half of Hollywood's ultimate power couple alongside Zendaya. With Zendaya's extensive fashion, film, and TV earnings combined with Holland's blockbuster film payouts, their joint financial empire easily crosses the $50 million mark. Together, they represent a new generation of Hollywood royalty, balancing intense privacy with massive public interest, dominating red carpets worldwide, and leveraging their combined media presence to command unprecedented creative and financial freedom. Before the million-dollar checks and red carpet premieres, Tom Holland was just a boy growing up in Kingston upon Thames, London. Born in June 1996 to a photographer mother and a comedian-author father, creativity ran in his blood. However, long before acting was on his radar, dance was his primary passion. Attending hip-hop classes at a local dance school, young Tom exhibited exceptional rhythm, flexibility, and physical discipline, skills that would later become the foundational cornerstone of his physical acting and stunt performance capability. At just 9 years old, Holland was spotted by a choreographer during a dance festival performance. That audition launched 2 grueling years of training in ballet, tap, and acrobatics, culminating in his West End theatrical debut in Billy Elliot the Musical. Playing the title role on stage taught Holland invaluable lessons in work ethic, endurance, and live stage control. Performing heavy routines night after night gave him an athletic resilience that separated him from thousands of aspiring child actors in the UK. In 2012, Holland made his feature film debut in The Impossible, a harrowing survival drama chronicling the true story of a family caught in the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Starring alongside Naomi Watts and Ewan McGregor, 16-year-old Holland delivered a heart-wrenching, critically praised performance. Critics immediately identified him as a prodigy. The film earned him several awards and caught the attention of casting directors across Los Angeles and London. When Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures announced their unprecedented deal to integrate Spider-Man into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, over 1,500 young actors auditioned for the role. Holland's audition tape stood out for a simple reason: his background as a gymnast. While other actors delivered lines, Holland sent tapes performing backflips and acrobatic stunts. During chemistry reads with Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, his natural charm, vulnerability, and athleticism sealed his victory, making him the youngest actor ever cast as Spider-Man. Holland's introduction in 2016 as Captain America: Civil War was an instant triumph. Audiences fell in love with his energetic, youthfully authentic portrayal of Peter Parker. Over the next 5 years, Holland anchored a record-shattering trilogy: Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home. As No Way Home crossed $1.9 billion globally during a challenging box office era, Holland officially cemented his status as the definitive Spider-Man for a whole generation of cinema lovers. Determined to prove he was not a one-trick pony tied solely to comic book movies, Holland took on the challenge of portraying Nathan Drake in the 2022 video game adaptation Uncharted. Despite intense skepticism from gaming purists, the film pulled in over $400 million worldwide. It proved that Holland possessed genuine solo star power, capable of driving original action franchises outside the Marvel umbrella. Seeking complex, intense roles to test his emotional range, Holland accepted gritty projects like Cherry, directed by the Russo brothers, where he played an Army veteran struggling with addiction. Later, in the Apple TV Plus psychological thriller series The Crowded Room, he delivered a demanding performance exploring mental health. These projects demonstrated his willingness to sacrifice comfort for artistic growth, proving his dedication to high-level character study. Despite his vast wealth in 2026, Tom Holland is known for keeping his private life relatively grounded. His real estate portfolio includes a luxurious, custom-renovated mansion in London, designed to keep him close to his family and childhood roots. Alongside his London home, his vehicle collection features high-end engineering masterpieces, including Audi RS models, Porsche sports cars, and classic British automobiles, reflecting a tasteful balance between modern luxury and personal restraint. The intense pressure of constant filming, global press tours, and public scrutiny eventually took a toll. Following the grueling production of The Crowded Room, Holland made a deliberate decision to step away from the spotlight for nearly a year. He spoke candidly in interviews about prioritizing mental health, sobriety, and personal well-being. This period of reflection rejuvenated his focus, preparing him for the massive, multi-film commitments that defined his triumphant return in 2026. Beyond his individual success, Holland remains deeply committed to family and charitable endeavors. Alongside his 3 brothers, Harry, Sam, and Patty, he leads the Brothers Trust, a non-profit charity foundation established by his parents. Using his global celebrity platform, the trust raises millions of dollars to support lesser-known charities focusing on children's health, education, and humanitarian relief across the world. As we look beyond 2026, Tom Holland stands at an enviable crossroad. With financial independence secured, a $25 million net worth, and critical acclaim across both blockbuster and dramatic work, he holds total creative control over his career. Whether he chooses to produce his own films, direct behind the camera, or continue leading global cinematic sagas, one fact remains clear: Tom Holland has successfully transitioned from a young dancer in London into one of the most powerful and enduring movie stars of modern cinema.